Hey everybody, and welcome to Pro on YouTube. Something different for a change. I'm actually recording early in the morning instead of later at night, so my hair is crazy right now because I haven't changed out of my pajamas yet. So for this episode of Pro on YouTube, I felt compelled to talk about something that's been on my mind for a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit more on the sincere side rather than the funny side. I want to talk about those moments in our lives as musicians where we come up to our proverbial ceiling. More specifically, I wanted to talk about the times where we get to passages in pieces that we're learning that we just can't simply execute. We get frustrated with the passage, we spend hours and hours practicing it, trying to understand what's going on, but we still don't understand and we just flat out give up. It's not a very nice place to be emotionally and mentally. I remember growing up and being educated musically and just being told that I was amazing and that you're going to be the best, your technique is good, and you're going to be able to play everything. That sure didn't help me when I came up to my first ceiling experience. At that time, my immediate thoughts were, come on Matt, this should not be hard for you. Let's get going and move on so then we can practice other things that are more difficult. And when that didn't help, my thoughts went straight from that to, why can't you do this? This should be pretty simple. So-and-so can do this, so if so-and-so can do this, you can do it too. And from then it deteriorated to simply, why am I so bad? I should just stop doing this. So did you catch the theme from all those three statements that I just said earlier? All of them were rooted in a negative way of thinking, a negative way of processing information and to deal with obstacles. Simply put, my music education at that time did not prepare me for these ceiling moments. I was told to practice more, to practice through it, to make sure that I did enough hours per week so that I would understand it. And when I came to lesson the next week and I still didn't get it, to just keep on practicing, until I got it, and that more practicing would mean that I would get it. But I didn't get it. To this day, some of those pieces where I couldn't understand those passages are still difficult to me. Yes, I was considered a child prodigy at a very young age. Yes, my parents spent a lot of money and a lot of time to nurture my musical education. Yes, I loved what I did and I tried to work as hard as I could, but it still wasn't enough. Why? The thing is, there are many different reasons why, and mainly to do with the music education that I got, but that's not what we're talking about today in this video, so I'd like to move on from that. We can talk about that another time. Without a proper way to cope with what we call these failure or ceiling moments, most musicians just give up, simply because we don't know what else to do. We were taught that we should be able to do everything. I have had some great friends in my life who have challenged the way that I think and the way that I process information. And here are three things that have helped me cope with these ceiling moments in my life. Number one, not getting things is okay. The sooner you realize this, the better. Then you can change your mind and the thoughts that go through your head from, why am I not able to do this, to, okay, this is a difficult passage. What can be done? Number two, making things workable for you is okay. The term prestissimo should not mean metronome marking equals 208 for every single player that sees it. The cool thing about music, especially classical music, is that we have a lot of different ways for us as musicians to interpret different things, like timing, like speed, like how a phrase is played. So really, when it comes down to it, it's not you not being able to do something. It is you making something work for you. And number three, being confident in what you do is okay. We all need to compromise, even though the decisions that we make now weren't the decisions that we wanted to do initially. The experiences and decisions that culminate to create the artwork that you have created through a rigorous process is yours and yours alone. And as I tell my own students, it's not about playing something correctly, it's about playing something confidently. So the next time you hit those ceiling moments in your life, remember, you're not alone. You've got me. So contact me. And also remember to stay positive. Just because you can't do something at the same speed as, say, Martha Argerich can do it, or Yo-Yo Ma can do it, doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that you're interpreting the piece a little bit differently. And it makes it individual, makes it unique, makes it yours. Until next time, be good to yourselves, and I'll see you later.